which of kinds of wood you use are most ecologically, environmentally friendly?
I'll let Paul answer that because I honestly am not 100% sure.
Well, it depends.
On?
Well, I'll give you an example. If we're in India and the monsoon blows a tree over, do you want it to lay there and rot, or do you want to collect it and sell it? Well, the Indian government has decided to collect the monsoon trees. They're called blowdowns because literally the wind blows it down, and they sell them. So that's as ecologically friendly as you could possibly imagine. We use mastodon and mammoth ivory in the inlays a lot. Now, I don't care how much of that stuff we use, we're not going to kill any mastodons or mammoths. They're all dead. So that's ecologically sound, right? If we buy a stump that's been cut 50 years ago and we dig it up out of the ground and we give the rancher money for the stump, that's ecologically sound. If there's a big pile of wood, a log called log deck, and one of the logs is curly and it's all going to be used to make furniture, and we make it to make a guitar, and they're going to replant all the woods, it's ecologically sound. The forests in America are in better condition than they were 100 years ago. One of the things the settlers did when they went to America is they cut all the forests down three times to make money. That's what they did. They kept harvesting the wood. So I think that's ecologically sound. If we buy certified mahogany that's certified in that they've replanted it and they've done a good job in making sure that there's regrowth, I think that's okay. If you go in and you illegally buy a bunch of logs and devastate an area, that's not cool, and we walk away from that stuff. We don't buy it. We can't stop them from doing their illegal work, but we can stop them by not buying from them.
Yeah, that seems very, very logical, and
especially the mastodon and the mammoth part, right?
right. I guess you're not gonna.
You're not allowed to use elephant ivory, right? They don't want to market for it, because But there's definitely, we love using mammoth ivory. It's great. They dig it up in the ice in Russia.
So you are not going to use an elephant ivory, no, but you do use
mastodon ivory, right?
That seems very logical. Okay, very beautiful piece of wood. Is there anything that you would like to show us, which is at least as beautiful as this one?
This one. Why don't you just take it and do another one? We'll wet this one.
This one, I guess this will be West Coast, correct, Paul?
Yeah, it's half curly, half quilted.
Yeah, well, back at the shop when we get a request for this, we call it blistered maple, and that just means that it's kind of half curly, half quilted. You can see it has like the bubbly quilt lines like this one does, but it also kind of goes straight across.
Do you have a piece of plastic? I want to show them something. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's a good one. If you do it this way, the curl's like that, but if you turn it around, look how much more curly it'll be in this area if you move it around, mm-hmm, right? So even if you can change it, you want to do it sideways, I guess you could do it sideways, but if it was me, I would probably put it right there to get these huge curls right behind the bridge. See that? It's beautiful stuff.
Mm-hmm. You truly have the passion for the guitar making art.
I used to do this by myself. I would let them pick out the wood. I never let a customer show me how to do this. This was my job. But they found out that when the customers get involved in picking out where in the tree that they put the guitar, the customers got even more excited, so they do that now. Mm-hmm. I thought that was the guitar maker's job, but maybe it's not.
Okay, so I guess the conclusion is that the whole beauty lies in pure nature, right?
Yeah. It's like in getting a good photograph. You can get a bad photograph or a good photograph. I mean, this is the book she was just pulling out. This book was just released in Japan. But, I mean, these are beautiful, beautiful, beautiful photographs, right? Look at that. Look at this. This is outrageous, right? So it's the same thing. There's nature here, but it's also, there's an art in the photography. Same thing, there's nature here, but there's an art in the guitar making. right? He's moving the camera around a lot. That's an art in all in itself to try to make it beautiful when you're watching this video, right? Look at how pretty this is. I mean, there's a lot of not just nature in here with the curly maple, but art in the guitar, right?
There's a carve, this is actually this was actually the wood in the top, and a guy named Floyd Schultz, who was an excellent wood carver.
Oh, he's the world's best.
Yes, he carved this into the top, so, and obviously it went back and forth a couple times in between the finish process for him to do his little touch-ups, but if you had this guitar in front of you, you could see that each feather it's actually, this whole entire thing here is a piece of wood. It was part of the top here.
The only thing you put in was the eye.
Yep. Then I was gonna try to find the, I was gonna try to find the New York skyline one for him, to show them some different things that we can do. But
There's just nothing but, I mean, we could spend an hour going through this book. So what are you planning on doing with this video? I think this is a good video to put up on YouTube because we've said a lot of things in this interview that haven't been asked before, and I think that would be good. That would be really cool to have a Polish TV video up on American YouTube and gets watched all the time. I love that. That's great.
Okay, so
The
perhaps.
world's getting smaller, right? It's good.
Yeah. So I guess the last thing I'm going to ask you for is to say hello to our Polish, and not only Polish, American, English, French, German, Arabic, Indian, Chinese, Japanese, and Australian, and readers from all over the world. Say hello to them.
hello, and thank
Hello.
you.
Did you say Americans too?
Of course.
Okay,
They were just
leave
saying.
us in there, right? All right. You know, I'd like to get to Poland someday. I've met many people there that are dear people from your country, and I have friends that actually invested in your bus system to get it back, back working again, and actually were investors in that. I would love to come someday, but don't hold me to it. Hello, everybody. Enjoy your private stocks if you get one. And we also make regular PRSs too. Wonderful. It's the same people that make these guitars make regular PRSs. So we won't just limit this to private stock.
Okay. Okay, so I'll speak Polish now and say bye. Przechodzę już na polski, ciężko jest w tym momencie przestawić na język, ale rozmawialiśmy z Tina Benson from Private Stock, manager, i sam numer 1 firmy, czyli Paul Reed Smith.